Well, coming up on today's show, Tesla's mysterious new facility nears completion. Lexus register a trademark that hints towards an electric future. And big sales numbers in China point towards a huge 2018. Well, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. In fact, wherever you are in the world, welcome to EV News Daily. Monday, 24th of December, of course, Christmas Eve. My name is Martyn Lee and I've been through every EV story today to save you time and picked out the best ones for you. Who would have thought Christmas Eve, it's a busy day for EV news. Maybe, just maybe, Christmas Day will be quieter. By the way, a special tomorrow, an interview. Normally we do Saturday specials, we do our interviews on Saturdays, but I figured we'd put something out, some new original content on Christmas Day. For those of you who are working, I will be in my day job. I have to go in for 4 hours, 6 till 10 in the morning on Christmas Day morning. And so for anyone who's working, or just if at the end of the day you are spare for 20 minutes because you've had enough of the family, there's going to be an interview to enjoy on Christmas Day, but more about that in a moment. Thank you to myev.com for helping make this show. If you are surfing over the holidays and maybe you pick up a new device, new computer, new laptop, new tablet for Christmas and you want to check out a website on it, check out myev.com. And of course, you can see all about how to buy and sell and learn about EVs on there as well. Sometimes we welcome one new patron, sometimes two, sometimes three, if I'm really lucky. Welcome to 4 new patrons of this podcast. I don't know what happened yesterday, but thank you very much. You're listening to this show because of them. New supporters, Evan Salt and Jan Mowaski. Mowaski, maybe. Thank you, Evan and Jan. And a new producer of the show, Victor Wood. Victor, thank you so much. And a new executive producer, one of our heroes, someone who gets a name credit every single day in the show notes. That would be Brent Kingsford. Brent, as a new exec producer, thank you so much. 146 now, 4 away from a big number. Okay, let's kick off with the news then. And Tesla's 870,000 square foot building in the city of Lathrop, California, continues to take shape with the massive and rather mysterious facility's roofing now being complete, says Simon at Teslarati. Well, Tesla enthusiast and drone operator Trooper1023 noted in a YouTube upload that the facility is significantly more refined since his last drone flyover, which was on November 18. During the time, the large building only had around 2/3 of the roofing installed. That's now complete. There's very little work being done around the facility, but now it's a hive of activity. Tesla's yet to disclose the purpose of the facility in California. Speculations abound. The site might be used for distribution. If you look at the structure, it's built with numerous loading bays on each end. In fact, a lot of loading bays all along in this drone shot you can see. And the size of each bay hints at a semi-truck or a semi-trailer being able to reverse into one of those bays. It seems plausible that this new facility, which is very mysterious, could be used in connection with vehicle distribution, possibly. There are very few parking spaces in the lot around it as well. That would suggest to me that it's not going to be a big employer of people. It's going to have a few people working there, but it's not going to be like, 10,000 parking spaces. Do you know what I mean? So this is an interesting facility and one of those things that's flown a little bit under the radar, and we will update you on that when we find out more news. Let's stay with Tesla, and I'm going to bring you some audio now of a YouTube video that I found today. It's been published on the official Fox News business channel. So I don't know if this is, I presume, I'm like 99% confident this would be new material, but I'll just put that caveat in case this is from, a few days ago. But I think this would have been broadcast over the weekend because it references the tunnel that the Boring Company revealed only a few days ago. So it's got to be at least recent, within the last week or so. Pure praise from Fox News. Have they changed their tune on Elon? This is Stuart Vardy from Fox News Business. I'll just play you the audio. It's, well, have a listen for yourself.
Elon Musk is surely the prime example of a brilliant entrepreneur. He makes a state-of-the-art electric car. Okay, he leaned heavily on green tax credits, but the Tesla is a standout vehicle. He had the vision. A lot of people talk about their vision, but he went out and he did it. You've heard of SpaceX. That's an Elon Musk company. He had a vision. for reusable rockets. And he went out and did that too. SpaceX is launching a network of satellites that will enhance the internet. He has brought private enterprise to the space business. That is an achievement. You heard of the Boring Company? Well, that's a play on words, of course. It bores tunnels. This is Musk's contribution to future mass transit. The point is, he did it. He just offered a tour of the tunnel. He's already built in Southern California. It's not just talk. In the age of social media, we tend to fixate on the negatives. It's easy to pour scorn on someone who behaves like Elon Musk. But step back and look at what he has actually done. He's in the car business, the space business, the mass transit business. He's got a product in all three industries. That is tangible success. Give the man some credit.
I'll put a link to the YouTube video if you want to have a little look for yourself in the show notes. Well, Bentley is in a bit of a pickle. The ultra-luxury brand is in a somewhat of a balancing act at the moment. They're trying to appeal to its more traditional customer base, but also they need to ensure they don't turn off new buyers of Bentley. There's plenty of new, young money around the world, and they'd love to capture some of that and sell Bentleys to younger people. According to Greg Fink, he's an associate editor at thebrilliantmotor1.com. The two major demographic segments that we don't currently sell to, says the Bentley CEO, the upper liberals and the postmoderns account for 40% of high net worth individuals. Those are the words of Bentley CEO Adrian Hallmark. He said this as well, an EV is even more appealing to them. Well, rather than scooping up Bentleys, these consumers are buying Porsches and Teslas, according to Adrian Hallmark. Bentley, though, hopes the eventuality of its own EV will allow it to win over the upper liberal and postmodern crowds from its German and American competitors. Those Bentley EVs, by the way, are not exactly going to be on sale in 5 minutes' time, but bear this in mind, the VW Group do have a platform for the Porsche Taycan, and according to certain rumours, and again this is just speculation and people that I talk to, the Porsche Taycan is probably not going to be on the market as soon as Porsche would like, and then when it does, long old waiting list. They've got plenty of orders, which is a nice problem to have in order to fulfill. Now, say that maybe the Audi GT, which is built on the Porsche Taycan platform, maybe even Bentley come along and start building cars on that platform. It's possible that they get cars in customers' hands before Porsche have had a chance to work through their backlog of orders. Be very interesting to watch this space. I'll put a link in the show notes. Talking of luxury cars, Lexus is another one that we can talk about on the podcast today. I told you the EV news keeps on coming on Christmas Eve. Lexus has submitted a patent to protect the Lexus UX 300e name in the European Union, according to the Intellectual Property Office, the IPO, over the weekend. According to a story on motoring.com.au, the trademark application previews the pure electric version of the UX. It's an SUV, and it's a concept for the small zero-emission electric car, tipped, they say, to make its debut either in Geneva in 2019 or maybe the Frankfurt Motor Show, which is later in the year. If true, the UX 300e will be the first ever car from Lexus that's purely battery-powered, and the production version would probably follow if they unveil it early next year. Production volume version, I reckon, 2020. I'll put a link to the article in the show notes if you want to read more. Let's get onto some sales numbers to finish off then. Inside EVs is always the place to go for their plug-in sales scorecard and the lowdown on sales numbers around the world too. Roughly 141,800 plug-in electric cars were sold in China last month. It's the highest result ever registered. Over 140,000 EVs sold in China. It's 18% higher than the previous record. That was October. Now, the latest update shows that more than 920,000 plug-in cars are sold this year alone in China. Yes, you've worked out the maths, haven't you? With a month to go, they'll not only exceed, but they could get to 1.1 million EVs sold in this year alone. It is an electric powerhouse, and you wait until they start selling some of those more luxurious cars in Western markets. I'm serious, they're coming. Well, there we go. That's the last show before Christmas done. If you're celebrating Christmas, and I assume that's the majority of people listening to this, whether you are marking Christmas Day itself, or if you're not celebrating Christmas, but you are making the most of the holiday period, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a wonderful break. If you're working, I'll be here to keep you company tomorrow on the podcast. As I mentioned, I am indeed working myself on Christmas Day. So thank you very much for everyone that's listened this year. We've got some shows coming up between now and New Year to look forward to. Tomorrow's going to be a Christmas Day special with our premium partner of the show, Phil Roberts. We've heard from him before on the show. Phil is the MD of Electric Future, a big company here in the UK with big plans. We'll be talking EVs, solar, bit of PV on your roof, some storage as well, vehicle to grid, and more. That's your Christmas Day special tomorrow. Because, like I say, maybe on Christmas Day, at the end of the day, you've drunk all your food. No, you've eaten all your food, you've drunk all your drink, and then you are going to take yourself off for 20 minutes just for a little bit of quiet time if the house has been a bit crazy. Well, then there'll be a podcast waiting for you if you want it. After that, we'll take a look back at 2018 and relive some of the big moments in electric vehicles this year. If you're new to the show or new to EVs themselves, it's going to be a great way of catching up. I look forward to bringing you those shows over the next few days as well. Hey, and if you've got time over the Christmas and holiday period, please do join in with our question of the week. Keep your comments coming in. It's set by myev.com. You can email hello@evnewsdaily.com. You can use YouTube, and of course you can fill out the answers at myev.com if you click on research at the top of the page. I realised yesterday I got the wording of this slightly wrong because it sounded like you had to be an EV owner to take part in this question. You absolutely don't, because I got all the first few emails and feedback were all from EV owners. Whether you're an EV owner or not, here's the question. What's been your standout EV moment of the last 12 months? Plenty of people saying the Model 3, but plenty of people saying the first time they drove one or saw one, or they upgraded, or they put their deposit down, or they made the decision to buy one in the future. So whether you're an EV owner at the moment or not, what was the one big standout moment of this year? Maybe it was, I don't know, you discovering a blog or a YouTube channel or something. Well, then let me know what it is. And that'll be the answers that we read out this Sunday. Thank you very much to 146 patrons of the show. That's insane, isn't it? 4 more to go until 150. I would love to read your name out next. Patreon.com/EVNewsDaily, patreon.com/EVNewsDaily. There are 335 episodes of this show. We're heading towards the year. That'll be in February, celebrating our anniversary. In the meantime, from wherever you get your podcasts from, you can subscribe, and then you get it first and free and automatically. We put the show on YouTube as well for those that like to discover content that way. Come and say hi over the holidays on the socials by searching EV News Daily. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. I'll catch you soon.